Do the honours, sir.
You're ready when you are.
Yeah. I put some effort into it.
All right, cool. Fitpod with NASA. Let's go.
Folks, welcome to another episode of Fitpod, where I bring you motivational people with inspirational stories. And today, what can I say? A friend of mine, he has been a professional footballer, background in the fitness industry, and now he's in the club industry with a twist with love of food. He's got into food, but we'll find out what his journey is, because there's a couple of different industries that he's been through, which is the fitness, professional footballing, club industry, and food. So it's going to be a very interesting conversation. So please welcome my lovely guest, Damion.
What's happening, people? Let's go.
We've been trying to get this done for a while.
Yeah, we have literally like weeks and weeks. We got booked in with Malks. Shout out to Tiger, but obviously you ended up doing that on a different episode.
Yep. And
now we are here finally. We're getting it done.
It is a bit cold in here. I hope you're not too cold.
I'm absolutely freezing.
That's the level of truth we're going to get today. It is
right.
cold. I need to get a bit more insulation in here.
It's fine. We go. It doesn't matter what the weather is.
That's it.
Still here.
That's it. That's
England
the main
for
thing.
you.
But so tell us a bit about your history, like where you mentioned that your background has come from the fitness industry in Birmingham.
Yeah, so basically through my younger years I was literally
when you were
crazy
doing the doors and stuff, like
this was before. This is from young, from the age of like 6 I got signed for West Brom Albion.
Oh, wicked.
Like I picked up a ball, went outside, started kicking it around, found out I was really good, and my parents didn't even know. Got myself playing for a football team, just like the local, school side, and the school side sent me to another team, which was like it's called Amington Boys, which was like a local area. Okay. And then they took me on a trial to play against West Brom, and then after that I got signed straight away.
So how old were you when you got signed, like professionally?
When I was signed for West Brom, I was 8 years old.
Did they pay you?
No, he didn't pay us at 8. We just basically you'd play for West Bromwich Albion as a youngster, and that was like basically saying that you were the best in that area. And obviously, if you're better, you can go to teams like Villa, you can go to Birmingham City, you can go to Manchester United, just depending on who's senior. So obviously, we played against West Brom when I was 6 or 7. They watched me for a couple of years, and then they was like, yeah, we'll take him at 8. And then I stayed there till I was 16.
Really?
Yeah, so I stayed there for a very long time.
So why did you wait till 18 and start getting paid? So
when you turn 16, obviously they want you to concentrate on school and getting your school stuff done, making sure that you qualify, because not everybody's going to make it as a footballer.
Yeah. Also,
as well, they don't know how you're going to develop over the years. They want to take you because they see potential. They can see that you've got good brain for football, but they don't know how you're going to develop, how tall you're going to get, how big you're going to become. A lot of injuries happen, so it's very difficult for them to say we're going to give you this amount of money because we can see the potential, when they don't know until you get a bit more fully grown. So it got to 16 and then you turn into an academy player.
So basically they just don't want another bomb on the street. Just in case.
Yeah, they don't want anyone else to have you. So they'll sign you on a contract, which is a non-contract, non-payable contract, and they'll say, right, you play for us, and if anybody comes in for you, like the big teams, because they can see more potential, then we can sell you at the age of like 10.
Hang on, how about you pay me first before you sell me?
Well, you're like at the age of 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
You just want to play football.
Yeah, you don't
Do you know
really
what I mean?
care.
You don't really care. But don't get me wrong, there is players out there that have been like, their parents have said, they'll buy their parents' house and their car to get them to training and stuff. So if they do see real potential, they will give you that amount of money.
Incentive.
Yeah. But there's a lot of kids, they just want to play for a professional side.
It's good to know that, because I've been thinking of getting my son when he's old enough. Obviously, he's just 1 year old yet. But
never start them too early. You can never start them too early.
And I was thinking, he's gotta have some kind of sports in his life, man.
Yeah,
Fitness or sports or something. I think nowadays, just being a student or academically clever, it's not enough.
Nah, it's not. I think
Because you got stupid people making shitloads of money, bro.
Yeah, I think with me with sports, it kept me out of trouble when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was like 14, 15, 16, like all my friends, they were going under the underpass, smoking, drinking, getting into trouble, running around the streets, causing drama. And I was in the house like kicking a ball, or my dad would send me out in the garden and say, right, don't come in until you've done 100 kick-ups on your left foot and 100 kick-ups on your right foot. Like I wasn't allowed to go out, or I was at training. Like when I turned 16, it was training every day.
Wow.
So
wicked.
I couldn't go out on the streets and get into trouble. So it was something that kept me on the straight and narrow, and said something looking forward to the future. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was really, really, really like good for me, because if I didn't have football, then I would have been causing trouble. I'd have been doing a lot of bad stuff.
Knock door run.
Well, probably stuff a lot worse than knock door run, but I'd be doing a lot of bad stuff, because a lot of my friends growing up, you know, they've gone jail. They're in jail.
Mad.
Like they're not around anymore. So it's like I could have gone that way.
I know that's the thing. You see, when you have a father figure, like you had your father there for you,
Yeah.
and he kind of guided you through at that time. I mean, you could have been a fantastic footballer, but if you don't have that guidance,
Yeah. Well,
you can still end up anyway.
you can. I think to be fair, I've got a really, really, I wouldn't say positive. I don't say it's positive dad. He's not a positive dad, but he's very good at guiding me in the right way. He's come from the streets himself, so he knows what's what. So he knows he doesn't want me to go down that route. You know, now he's like a professional boxing coach. So like he always had me in the boxing ring when I was little, always telling me like, you know, you need to do
Sounds
this.
a bit like me, you know, your dad does.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to do for my son. Just keep him occupied with something.
Yeah, you have to.
And that's not, I'm not saying that, you know, he can't have friends.
Yeah.
But I've always had that thing that if I ever have a son, he's going to be regimented in a certain way.
I think with me, with my son, like it's good to keep them occupied, but you also need to teach him how to be streetwise.
Yeah,
that was one thing my dad really did drum into me, like how to be streetwise, how to know what's wrong and what's right. But if you're gonna do something wrong, how to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's you got like when I say something wrong like that,
son. If you
do something wrong, just make sure it's not something really bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, just if you're gonna go to the shop and you want to rob some crisps, like
make sure it's worth it.
Yeah, make sure.
Bring me a packet.
Yeah. So he was good at guiding me at stuff like that. But it was, I think it's because he's gone through so much himself. He just didn't want that life for me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I was born in Birmingham in like Nechells in like the ghetto, I'd say, of Birmingham, like the rough area. And as he had me, he thought, this isn't for my son, you know. So we moved to Tamworth. Tamworth was very well white populated. He got into a lot of drama over there, being like one of the first black guys that moved to Tamworth.
Really?
Yeah, fights with a lot of like the head crew in Tamworth. So he was getting a lot of stick, but he did it for the kids.
How long ago was that then?
So I moved to Tamworth when I was about
in the 90s or
probably 80s, I think.
Oh wow,
80s, yeah, like late 80s. I can't tell you on it. We're gonna keep that one off there. I'm not gonna tell you.
I did ask him if there was anything that he doesn't want to disclose. He said, nah.
Yeah, we're gonna keep. There's nothing I want to disclose apart from my age, because I'm pushing 40s nearly. But
it's good, bro. You're looking.
I try. That's where the lifestyle comes from the gym. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. I think I might be older than you. You know.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about this after the show. But yeah, we moved in the late 80s, and he was getting a lot of grief, a lot of drama. But obviously, because he's from the streets, you know, he dealt with it
accordingly.
Well, he had some serious I know like there's a lot of stuff now, like, you know, back in the day, like carrying knives and stuff, and that was not such a big thing as it is now. But he had a big, massive like scrap with one of the heads from Tamworth.
Wow.
And then after he had that, he kind of got left alone because everybody knew, like, okay, if we're gonna mess with him,
You're gonna mess properly.
we're gonna mess properly. Do you know what I mean? And I went to a all-white school. There was probably about two black kids in my school, so I got bullied quite a lot growing up. Secondary school, or like early secondary school. But I just had to do the same. He'd take me to the boxing gym and he'd be like, pick the toughest geezer in the school, have a scrap with him. If you lose, it don't matter.
Exactly.
But anyone else that comes for you, they're gonna know, like, right, okay, that's it. If we stick it on him, he's also gonna give us some trouble. And after that, I went to school. Some geezer was calling me some racial slurs, popped him in the nose, and obviously everyone was scared of this guy. He was like 14. He was 6 foot plus. I was like 5'8", 5'9".
Wow.
Popped him in the nose, give him a good old nosebleed, and after that, everyone left me alone. Yeah,
I think you have to do that. If
Well-
you want to get left alone in school, especially if you're getting bullied, you have, even if you lose, doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
just gotta kind of just get it out the system, get it out there.
That's the only thing. Like for me, like I felt like I had no choice,
Yeah.
and my back was against the wall. I wasn't aware that I was different to the people around me at the time. Do you know what I mean? Like my mum's white, so I just thought I was just,
Everything's all right.
everything's fine. But as certain people don't like you because you're good at sports or whatnot, like a lot of jealousy comes in. A lot of the kids at that age, they don't even really know what it means.
They don't.
Do you know what
they
I mean?
just do it for the fun of it.
Yeah, my
They
daughter,
just get
she's
kick out of it.
she's 5. No, she's not even 5. She's 3. And at nursery, I went to nursery the other day because my kid's mum, she was like, one of the kids at school would call my daughter. She said, I don't like the colour of your skin.
Serious?
Yeah, I don't like your brown skin. And she's only 3 years old. So I went in the nursery kicking off. I was kicking off. I was like, rich kid called my daughter, said they don't like my daughter, my colour skin, and what's their parents' name? The nursery was like, we can't give you that information.
I'll just have to wait around here until he comes up.
Yeah, so she was like, but we have spoke to the kids and the kids' parents. But apparently there was doing some, I don't know, stuff about Jesus and stuff like that, and about colour at nursery, and then the kid come out of it. But apparently the kid's one of her close friends as well. So I don't think sometimes they even know what they're saying.
Did
Do you know what I mean?
find the father?
I didn't find him, no.
Right, if anybody knows this, do let us know.
If
Comment
anybody
below.
knows-
Comment the postcode below.
He's a boy in my daughter's class in nursery. If you know his dad, send me his number. I'm gonna pop him in the nose. But I was super angry. I was super angry.
Bro, of course.
Like she's my pride and she's my baby. Do you know what I mean?
Bro.
And like I didn't think she was gonna experience it at
Such an early age. 3 years old, bro. Come on. Everyone is just innocent at that time, bro.
But like I spoke to my kid's mum about it, and she was basically saying that, like that's something that comes from the house somewhere down the line. There's no way kids just come out of it.
100%, bro.
Like there's somewhere down the line it comes from the house.
It's like you see pictures. I'm just giving you like a general overview now. I've got a little one, right? He'll play with somebody else's little one. Children will never know what the difference is until they hear someone
else say it.
say, "Oh, so and so, don't go there," or "So and so's like this," and we think they're just children, but they pick up on it. They're like a sponge.
Yeah.
They'll pick everything up.
Yeah,
So it's so important to just be positive around them
of course.
and just give out positive vibes. Otherwise, even at the age of 3, if that's what kind of they're saying, that's just mad. Imagine that kid. No one talks to that kid now about this issue.
Yeah.
You know what he's gonna become?
Of
He's
course.
a massive bully, bro.
If my daughter had said that to me and not her mum, I would have found out who the dad was. That's a fact. Because I would have looked in her face and seen how upset she was. Like by saying, my friend at school said they don't like the colour of my skin.
Oh, she said it to your mom?
Yeah, she said it to my mum. She said it to her mum. She didn't actually say it to me. Like, there's a few incidents and another incident where my other daughter, she's 5, she's come home from school and she said, I want my hair like my white friends at school.
What's madness?
And I'm just like,
I'm not laughing. It's just
bad.
funny.
It's mad, isn't it? It's
just
crazy.
madness.
Like she's
it's
5
funny
years
in
old.
a bad way.
She's 5 years old.
I
She's
know.
come home to her mum and said, "Can you please do my hair like my white friends at school?" And if my daughter said that to me, it would break my heart. Do you know what I mean? It would break my heart.
Because what
So
would
it's
you
like-
say to that? You just can't say that.
There's nothing you can say. Her mum was very good when it comes to stuff like this. So she would show her like how beautiful she is and how beautiful her hair is and how like other princesses have their hair like she has
Everyone's
theirs.
unique.
Yeah, so like she'll teach her how to be like special in that way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to deal with it. I swear.
No problem. It's either that or all of them will have your kind of hair. Don't
It's
worry
true,
about it.
but it's just like, what are they saying to her to make her feel that way? Do you know what I mean? Is it like them saying, "Oh, why can't you have your hair like me"? How far does it go?
I know. That's
It's a
mad,
scary, scary place, and they're only 5 and 3 years old.
So, do you reckon the education system is just failing in this country, man?
I don't think.
I personally think so.
I think the education system isn't great.
Yeah.
If I had the money, I definitely wouldn't put my kids through normal education. I'd definitely just homeschool them. I think.
Luckily, my wife, she's a teacher,
Yeah.
and mate, homeschooling from day one.
I would love to do that. I think when she gets to the age of maybe high school, I might think about homeschooling her. But at the moment, I want her to experience being with other children, playing out, getting to learn how to do, just the general stuff that they do, and being friends with people and learning to share and stuff like that. Stuff you can't just teach them in a classroom. Do you know what I mean?
Because I think even what they go through at this age, it's going to mold them. Again, it comes how they see what your daughter went through, the younger one, the 3-year-old one. Now, she said that to her mum, and how her mum kind of must have explained it to her. Look, no, this is fine. That will mold her future. She will have that understanding of, look, we're special, we're different, we're special. Everyone's different.
Yeah. I think that it's good that she said it to her mum, because her mum's very clued on and she's very good at stuff like that.
What would you have done?
I'll be honest with you, I probably would have crawled up inside myself. I swear to God, I wouldn't have had a clue of what to say. It'd be very difficult.
Burst out.
It'd be difficult for me because
what?
I've experienced it as well. And her mum's probably experienced it as well. Her mum's mixed race, so she would have experienced it. So she would have probably known how to deal with it. It's more of, I feel like if it was my son who said it to me, I would have said, go back in nursery and pop him in the nose. But obviously it's my daughter, so I have to deal with it differently, because she's a young girl. So I'm glad she kind of said it to her mum, because her mum would know how to deal with bullies and how to deal with that incident the way she might have dealt with it when she was younger.
Yeah, maybe. Because we know how you dealt with it.
Yeah, well, that's why I had to deal with it, because that's how I got taught. Like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So if your dad's saying, okay, this is how we deal with these type of people, it's a follow-on effect. I've been in the car with my dad and I've seen him have some like road rage rows, and I'm seeing him get out the car, pepper spray someone, and knock them on their ass. So
we've only 20 minutes in here and this is already popping off.
It goes off in Tamworth, I'm telling you. Hey, it's not so bad now because there's a lot more black people that have come to the area, but back then, mate, I swear to God, it was very, very, very different. Yeah, it was very different.
See, when we moved to Castle Bromsides from Small Heath, I grew up in Small Heath.
Yeah.
And when we moved over there, and everyone was like, "Oh, there's a lot of racist people there, and you're gonna have trouble." Thank God, we've never had anything like that. Even though it's been nearly 16 odd years now we've been there.
Yeah.
But I met a friend of mine, and he said, if you had come here, for example, in early 90s, you can't walk around alone around here.
Yeah.
Because it was a totally different atmosphere.
Yeah.
They get picked up, beat you up, and chuck you somewhere.
Yeah.
But it is like, you just think that how mad it must have been.
It it was. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't all the time, but it's like, you know, you knew at the I was like at the age of like 10 that you couldn't just be out like it. You know, when I turned 18 or 17, even I was going to the clubs for the first time. I would only go to Tamworth like town centre, and they had the clubs, and like I'd be standing in the corner minding my own business. Everybody be staring at me, you know.
How was that?
Like I had another friend that I used to go out with, and he was mixed race as well, and it's scary at times because I'm like saying to him, "Yo, that group of geezers over there staring at us," and he's like, "Yeah, I know. Just ignore them. It's cool.
And then
but
it's hard.
Sometimes it'd go off. Like you start talking to a girl, and they'd come over. Oh, she's with us, and then it would just go off, and it was like we'd be scrapping in there all the time, every weekend, because we were the only ones in there. There was just a couple of us, and we just thought to ourselves, you know what?
It's not worth it.
It's just not worth it. We started going out in Birmingham, and obviously that's when the club started. You know, I started getting into the clubbing industry, and I started moving. Like when I went to Birmingham, it was like a whole new scary place for me.
Oh bloody hell! I thought you were gonna say it was a lot better there because
it was a lot better. It was a lot better for me because there was more black people. There was way more black people. So for me, it was a lot more better. But then on the flip side of things, for me, like because I was around white people as I was young, and I had a fight with a lot of them. I wasn't really that scared. I wasn't really scared of white people. I know this sounds a bit crazy, but I wasn't scared of white people.
Because you've been there, done it.
Yeah, and I don't think that, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying white people aren't hard or tough, because they fucking are. I've come across some really tough fucking white guys, but I didn't find them scary. Then when I started going out clubbing in Birmingham, you see the attitude of like the black people and mixed race people, and like it's different. So even when they're talking to you normally, like that attitude comes across as quite aggressive. So I was in a whole new world where I felt more safer because I was around people that are more like me. But then I felt less safe because I thought they were going to kill me at any time. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
So you had experience with white people, black people, and then you came to Birmingham. You thought, hang on, what are these brown people? I've not seen these.
Like I'm literally before. In the middle. Do you know what I mean? I'm in the middle. I'm mixed race, like pretty boy back then, like abs, just like.
Where did these not come from?
I'm scared. What's going on? I'm scared. And don't get me wrong. Well, in Birmingham and in Tamworth, like let's say for instance, now me and my friends would have a scrap. It would end, like it'd finish. Everyone go their separate ways. In Brum, it's like a war. Like it's never ending, and people go to the same places, and like. It's very, very different. Like you got the knives, and you got more like people throwing bottles and stuff. So it's very, very much rougher in Birmingham. But as time grew on, I ended up going out in Birmingham quite a lot and starting working there. I ended up having a few scraps with a few of the black guys, and then I thought, you know what? It's just their attitude. It doesn't define what they can actually do, because some of them they fucking couldn't scrap for shit. But they would stand there with a big chest out, and they would give it 10. Yeah. And once you've hit them, they're like.
It's all deflated.
It's like it goes down into a shell. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, fucking hell, some of the white guys who used to scrap in Tamworth were fucking tougher than you.
Ooh,
do you know what I mean? Like it's like, but they look scarier at the time. I'm like, fuck. This is it. I'm not sure if I want this one. And I used to shit myself every weekend. Swear, I'd be standing on the door because I used to work on the door as like I used to run the nights. I used to like promote the club. I used to stand on the door, and I had to tell people if they could or they couldn't come in. Yeah. And it'd be like, these two don't look very good dressed. They look a bit too ghetto-y, urban. And I didn't ever want to knock them back. And I'd be like, yeah, sorry, not tonight, lads. I'd be like, who the hell are you, Ray? And they'd go at me. And it was a scary, scary time. But I got used to it after a while. And then I just became like, to me, invincible of like getting the job done, because I knew that half the time it was just chat and it weren't actually
nothing would happen.
Nothing would happen. So it wasn't that bad at the end.
I did some security work before uni. 17, 18. It was just I needed some money. A friend of mine owned a security firm. It wasn't like doors and stuff. Never done that. It was more of like, bowling alleys.
Yeah.
what do you call it? You know, like Fort and stuff.
Yeah. So like shopping centres and stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that. And there was a gypsy camp right next to it.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you know, you get trouble from these guys. They'll come in and they try and like not pay for the bowling alley entrances or whatever. And I was just like, shit, what have I put myself into? Like, I've heard a lot of stories about them. I was just like, no, what have I done? But I had a couple of events with them at the door, but I've never ever had problem with them because I just kind of sweet talked them off.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's how you talk to people, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to communicate with someone on their level.
Yeah, that's
and have
it.
banter with them to get the situation de-escalated.
Yeah.
So it is about how you talk to people, because there is a lot of security, especially in Birmingham city centre, on the clubs. They don't have the greatest conversations with people, so that's why a lot of things escalate.
Communication.
But at the same time, the people that communicate, that run doors, you don't look like they want to communicate. That's why they're there. That's why they do that job, because they haven't got that intelligence sometimes.
The basic
to do it. Do you know what I mean? They want to fight. That's what they want to do. That's why security. They're there because they want to have a scrap. It's not because they know how to be engineers and stuff like that. They're into fighting. Do you know what I mean? And that's a lot of the time. I love
this podcast, man. You know, when I go back to edit it, it's going to be funny. So how did you get into fitness then? Like, you know, the fitness background, and how did that help you mentally, physically? And at what point you thought, you know what, this is all right, this is.
So obviously when I finished playing football, I started going into the clubs and I was drinking quite often, six nights a week. I was in the club 6 nights a week, DJing, partying. I was drinking.
Bloody hell,
I was drinking
smashed,
a lot.
Bro, night.
Every night I was smashed. Like, even if I didn't want to go in and drink alcohol, I was drinking alcohol. I swear to God. I swear.
That's on his days off.
Even on my days off, drinking alcohol. It was crazy. And I was living like the high life, because it's like the next step down from being a footballer. You go to the club, you get paid, you get drunk, you maybe smash some girls, and then you start the day again. It's like the dream. You get good money, like it's the dream. But over the years, because I stopped training, like, because I wasn't playing football anymore, and I was like really fit, I never thought as I was getting older that my body was going to change. And then after like 3-4 years, my six-pack went, started getting like little tire around the stomach. And I was like, oh geez. But in the mirror, you didn't see it.
Yeah. Because
you're just living a lifestyle. You're getting up at 3 o'clock.
You don't really care.
You don't care. Yeah. Like, you know, I've still got my good looks, so it's not so bad. And then
until it really gets bad.
Then it got to a stage and I thought, you know what? It's bad. I need to get my ass back in the gym.
Because I remember recently, that's a couple of years ago, I think a couple of years, you put on some serious weight.
Yeah, I was like...
Serious weight, man.
I think that was towards the... basically, with me, like, I go through stages of being really in shape and really trying to get into a good shape, then taking time off for whatever reason, whether it's kids, business, relationships, and then thinking, oh, okay, I'm out of shape again now, and getting back into shape. So I think I was in okay shape when I met my kid's mum. It was about 9-10 years ago. And then when I met her, we started settling down and like having children and stuff. Like, I just put on loads of weight. I was just eating every day. I opened my shop, so I was cooking and testing new ingredients. And when I go into the shop, instead of having like my ready-made meals, I'd be eating mutton, chicken, jerk chicken every day. And then obviously, because I had a beautiful like girlfriend at the time, I didn't need to worry about impressing anyone. I didn't need to worry about, oh, I'm going out to the club. These girls I need to pull these girls. So I wasn't taking care of myself. And then I had my kids. Then I started taking care of them. I was going out to work and setting up new businesses, so I thought that was important because I needed to provide a life for
understandable, of course.
And then gym was like the last priority. Like, after a full day's work or a full night partying and clubbing, the last thing I wanted to do was get up and go to the gym. I'd rather have sat at home with my kids. Do you know what I mean? Or sat at home with my kids' mum. Trying to get sober and just trying to create the day again. Do you know what I mean? The last thing I wanted to do. It's very hard to train when you've got a hangover?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Well, you might not know, but it's tough. Like waking up, it just sets you back for 3-4 days. It's one of the worst drugs that's legal, in my opinion. Now looking back, that you can possibly have.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really, really affected my life over the years for my decision making, the choices that I've made, my body, loads of things.
But do you regret any of that? Because sometimes you have to make those choices, or you have to go through.
I'm not a man that lives with regret.
That, you know, you have to go through those certain things in life to come out better on the other side. Yeah, of course.
I'm not a man that lives with regret. I hold my hands up to all the things that I've done. And a lot of it's down to alcohol and the lifestyle. You know, this CherryBoy person that I used to be.
I'm gonna
that was my like alter ego. So that's, you know, I think living with regret, no, but what it's molded me into today as a person, I'm so glad that it happened.
You went through all of that.
Yeah, I went through all that to get to where I am now.
So what's the secret behind CherryBoy?
So CherryBoy came from when I was in the clubs. I was basically looking to run a night in the city. Everyone was asking me, Damo, you should put a club on. You should do a night. And me and my friend was like discussing what names we could do, what names we could like call it. Yeah. And we called it Cherry Lips. And it was because I always used to wear cherry balm lip balm. Yeah. So I was like, every time a girl would kiss me, she'd be like, "Oh, your lips taste like cherry," and so we called it Cherry Lips from the back of that. And then as the time gone on, that really became like a big brand in Birmingham city centre. And then I became a DJ. Shout out to DJ Shocks, DJ Silk, DJ Slanderjoy. They taught me how to DJ, and then I turned into DJ CherryBoy.
Shit.
And then that's where that created, and then that turned into Cook with Cherry, and everything just evolved around that really.
It's like Swench.
Yeah, it's exactly like Swench.
Come out from nothing, but it just becomes a brand and just sticks with you.
And it's crazy because like it gave me this alter ego. Like this CherryBoy guy was like completely different to Damion Jarrett. It was completely different. If you'd seen me in the club being CherryBoy, jumping around on the sofas, pouring alcohol into girls' faces and eyes, like acting like I was invincible,
absolute hooligan,
like crazy. The things that I got away with because I obviously knew the club owner. It was impossible for anybody else to get away with them.
You couldn't see Damion do that.
You couldn't see me doing that. So like, let's say for instance now there'd be a girl. She'd come over to me and I'll be like, yeah, I'm CherryBoy. And I'll be giving it all this stuff. Drink some of this alcohol. And she's like, no, I don't want it. I'll be like, security, get her out. And the security would take her out, put her outside for no reason. And I'll be like, yeah, she's gone. That's it, next. And that's the alter ego I had. I had so much power within that club. I could literally do anything. It was like I owned it myself. But at home, I'd be very calm, quiet, sit at home, chill.
Because you got no energy left.
No, but that's the person that I really was. It's crazy. I wouldn't see myself doing that sober. Do you know what I mean? It was the alter ego of like, this is him when I'm at work and this is him when he's at home or he's around his normal friends.
Two different people.
Yeah, everybody was saying, CherryBoy, he's a cunt, he's a proper prick. Like, he's horrible, he's nasty to girls, he's this, he's that. But then the people that actually knew me, they'd be like, you're nothing like that. You're just acting. That's just your persona when you're there. And I'm like, I didn't realise it at the time. And
did that pull the crowd in for?
That's what pulled the crowd in. Yeah. I had a business partner, shout out to Courtney. He was the one who was more level-headed, very kind, very nice, very friendly. And I was the crazy jump around, like party boy. Do you know what I mean? Like the girls hated. And sometimes I got lost within who was CherryBoy and Damion.
Shit.
So sometimes
that's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. And I lost a lot from being that person. You know, I lost my family. I lost like a lot of business relationships, a lot of friends from just being that type of person. Do you know what I mean? Like it's been a crazy road to get to where I am now, to just know that if it's Cook with Cherry, we're doing cooking, but the reality is Damion is.
Now he's pouring the alcohol in.
I'm pouring gravy onto my sausages. No more alcohol pours, just gravy onto the sausages.
And this sausage is halal. Everyone can eat this.
Yeah, chicken sausages, guys. Don't get it twisted. That's the only thing I'm pouring these days, which is great.
Nice, though,
it is, man. It's so good now because now, like, I'm in the gym. I hit the gym hard.
Yep.
You know, like, I've got some seriously great friends around me that are coaches. You know, shout out to Scott, Troy, Tiger,
myself,
Wahid, Nasser, Jordan. You know, all my close friends, like, they are like inspiration to me. Like, last year I suffered, like, obviously when I split up with my kid's mum, and I lost my family due to, you know, being that alter ego guy and kind
it just happened recently.
Well, it's been over the years, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You know, my kid's mum, she went through a lot of, she was with me when I was in the club.
Yeah.
And then obviously when lockdown happened, I was trying to, it was very difficult to leave the club because I was making so much money. And at the time I thought she wanted a lifestyle that I couldn't afford by getting the money anywhere else. So I'd be in the club making all the money, but then I would take her on nice expensive holidays. I'd buy her a nice car, but then I'd also be jumping around in the club, getting with girls,
which she didn't like.
Which obviously she's going to hate. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, there's only so much she can take. And then it got to lockdown, and that's when I tried to make the transition of finding a new career, finding a new, like, job income, but it was too late. She'd already checked out. Do you see what I mean? So she left.
Because I remember I think that was the time you put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, that was exactly the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
and we
suffering.
had that conversation at the gym about you know, you just kind of getting up and doing an hour walk.
I couldn't do anything. I couldn't bring myself to leave the house. I was suffering with depression. I was suffering with anxiety. I've never ever suffered with depression or anxiety in my life. She walked away. She left. She took the kids. I couldn't even gasp. I thought she'd never leave me. I thought I was invincible because I still had that part of Cherryboii inside me. Like, no one's going to leave me. I give them the great life. I give them the nice house. I give them the nice car. Yeah. But in reality, all she wanted me to do was stay at home, be loyal, look after her and the kids, even if I worked 9 to 5. Do you know what I mean? And I just didn't understand it at the time. So I had to look at my life and say, right, okay, what's the most important thing to you? And it was my kids and my kids' mum. So I had to start again. I went to Thailand for 8 weeks, went on a training camp. I was like 19 stone.
Yep, I remember that.
It was horrible. I couldn't look at myself. I used to sit, because I went by myself, I used to lie there under the quilt and just cry for hours and hours. And I just couldn't pull myself together. But I'd go 7 o'clock in the morning, hour and a half, kick Thai boxing session. I'd go and have breakfast. I'd go to the gym for an hour, bang weights, go home, have lunch, go to Thai boxing again at 4 o'clock, come home, have dinner, go to sleep. 8 weeks.
Wow.
8 weeks non-stop, 7 days a week. 6 days a week, Sunday off. And every night I was like, I've lost my family. I've lost my kids. All down to alcohol and stupid actions. And I just blasted it out to try and get myself back into some mental health, some mental good shape, and try and bring myself to say, right, okay, now I need to do the work. I need to start again. And then I come back and I put the work in. I grafted so hard, like in the gym, mentally. I got therapy for a while to find out, you know, how to become a better person, try not to explode so easy. So it was a difficult period. It's been a difficult period. It's still difficult now, but obviously we've learned to live with it a bit better now. And shout out to Scott, Troy, Wahid, AK, Tiger. They've been there step by step every day in the gym, listening to my stories. You know, I probably do their heading that much because I'm going in the gym saying like, you know, she's doing this, she's doing that. How do I get her back? How do I get the kids back? Like, they're just like, get your ass in this gym and put the work in. Everything, once you put the work in, everything else will follow.
Everything falls
into place, and you become mentally stronger when you go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I found that I didn't believe it at first, and now I make sure that the gym is in the routine first on the list.
Definitely.
So I work nights. I finish work about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I go and do a 5k run every morning at 5 p.m. before I go to bed.
Seriously?
Yeah. Every morning before I go to bed, even if it's 5k walk, get on the treadmill, do 5k, go home, go to sleep till midday. Then the first thing I do is get up and I go and train with AK and Tiger at 3 o'clock. And then,
is that you training at 3?
Yeah, so because obviously I work nights, I get up and train at 3, and then my day starts after that. I haven't even eaten. I'll go and train first, then I'll eat, then I'll go and see everything else, and then I'll go to work, and then in the morning at 5, I'll do my 5k, then the day I'll start again. And that is like regimented into the system because I know how important it keeps me mentally sane.
Of course, yeah,
like
100%.
And that is a big factor for me going to the
gym. See, if you didn't go to Thailand and if you didn't have people around you with positive mindsets, where would you have been today?
I'll be honest.
I remember having that conversation with you when I came from Aylesbury up north, and I bumped into you. I think it was me, you, and I think it was AK. And we were talking about one of the nights, just a couple of days before. You couldn't sleep and you just got up and you just thought, you know what, forget this. I'm just going to kind of do my cardio at 5 in the morning or something. I was like, dude, that's crazy.
I couldn't do it. But I couldn't function.
We had that conversation that what you were going through in your relationship. And I was just like, it was just mad.
Yeah, I couldn't function. I didn't know what to do. And that sometimes like, Scott would ring me and be like, listen, get your ass to the gym now or I'm driving to your house to get you. Like I was just in my house, in my bed, lying there saying, no, I give up, not going to work. Like I didn't want to do anything. I probably, if I didn't have a strong mindset and good people around me, I could have just been a drunk and just been like, fuck it, and just got drunk every day. I had 2 options at the time before I went to Thailand. I was sitting at work and reality hit that, you know, my kids had left and my baby mum had left. And I was like, right, I'm going to Vegas. And I was looking on my phone, looking to book Vegas for 2 weeks.
Mistake.
And I was just going to get wrecked, play poker, get wrecked every day, go clubbing and party. And I thought, this is why I've lost my family in the first place. Because I'm getting drunk and I'm doing these stupid things and I'm making silly mistakes. So I saw an Instagram post of, do you know Kaz from Love Island?
No, I don't watch.
So she's a Thai girl. She was on Love Island, and she was posting that she was in Thailand and she was kickboxing and it was great for mental health, and like she was building a unit for a Thai family to train at, and I was like, you know what? That's a bit of me.
Yeah, sounds a bit like
that's
me, yeah.
Out the way, no clubs, no distractions. Like that's gonna get me where I need to be for the person that they're asking me to be. Do you know what I mean? I've got to show up for my kids as a good dad, so I need to go there because that's the type of person that they're gonna want me to be.
100%.
So that I chose Thailand, and I didn't even pack a suitcase. I took an empty suitcase to Thailand, pair of trainers, and I just went straight to the airport next day, and I just got on a plane and never come back.
That's mad.
And now every single year since, I've been to Thailand for 6 weeks. Every single week, like it was last year when it happened, and then I went this year 6 weeks. Went to a meditation camp, same thing again. I went and meditated out there. I trained morning, afternoon, lunch, 6 weeks. Just
Wicked.
to make sure that I stayed on track of my mental health, making sure I was trying to do the right things. Don't get me wrong, I still make a lot of mistakes.
That's human nature, though, isn't it?
I'm
but not
working
at that level.
Yeah,
of mistakes that you were doing before. You probably did before. But you know, everyone makes mistakes here and there. You know, sometimes you just fall off the whole gym vibe or fitness vibe. But that's not the point. You know, no one is perfect.
Yeah, of course,
yeah.
But
it's what you're doing and making sure that you are kind of keeping on track 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
That's what counts, doesn't it?
Well, it's like when you have that time off, you can see yourself going that way. Like I had a week off. The week before last, I was ill, and I had a week off, and I come back, and like before I had a week off, I was banging 5Ks out, good time, easy. Come back after a week, struggling, breathing. I was like, bloody hell.
Imagine
like,
how it just goes downhill.
Drained. I was mentally drained, and I could see myself slipping back into that routine of maybe, let's go out on a Saturday and let's have a drink. And I thought, you know what? No,
it's not.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not getting drawn back in. Like, I'm on a good path. I'm trying to be a good person. Like, get your ass to the gym, and that's what matters. Like, and only because my friends are in the gym 24 hours a day motivates me to now go. It's like a counselling session sometimes for me.
100%.
It's a counselling session. I go in there, I rent, and I just rave about the stuff that's happening to me in my life. Like they rent about their stuff that's happening to them. We all try and figure out how to deal with them issues, deal with them problems together as a collective group. And then we go home and we feel a lot better.
Yeah, because it's off your chest.
Yeah.
You've done your session. You've got it off your chest. You might have got some positive feedback or something that you can bounce off, but not always. It doesn't always happen. But as long as you've got it off your chest, you got to have the session and you've sweated it out.
Well, a lot of the time,
it's just like, a piss take.
It wouldn't be. It'd be positive, but it'd be stuff that I didn't want to hear.
That is the positive.
Scott,
This is the thing now with society and it's just gone too soft.
Yeah,
people don't want to hear what they want to hear. They just would like to hear what they want to hear. And that's the problem.
There'll be times where I'll be like, I just want you to tell me it's going to work its way out and we're going to get back together. And Scott will be like, just leave it now. It's done. It's over. Fucking move on. You've got to fucking move on. And I'll be like,
that's not the point.
That's
you don't
not what I want to
that.
hear, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what matters.
So have
I need
you not
to hear
spoke
the truth.
How can I?
My kid's mum.
Yeah, your kid's mom. Have you not spoke to her? Say, look, I'm a better person now.
Yeah, we speak all the time. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think she knows deep down that I'm a better person, but she can still see traits of the old person because obviously I'm still working on being the new person. But at the same time, when you've done so much wrong,
freaking hell, man, what have you done, bro?
You know, like cheating, like sleeping with other girls and stuff. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when you take the leap of faith of sleeping with someone else that's not your partner, like it's very hard for that person to forgive you. And when you do it numerous times and not consider that person's feelings or how they might want to react, like she's got every right to think, why am I wasting my time with this guy? Do you know what I mean? What if he does it again? True. What's the point? So as much as like I'm trying to be the better person and I'm trying to move forward and like show her that that's the person I want to be, she's like, yeah, that's great, but like you've still done all this. So it's not going to take 1 year to just make it go away. Like I have to see it from numerous years.
See, the thing is that will stay. That's it. It's part of your life now.
Yeah, of course.
You know, that history is, you can't change it.
You can't change it.
What she needs to think about is, yes, it takes time to make someone better.
Of course.
And that's what you're doing. You are there to make yourself better. And you do need that second wheel in life as well, just to kind of keep you on track.
But I feel like
because how long are you going to do it for? How long can you, 5 years, 10 years?
Well, I feel like if she never left, I never would have changed.
You would never have changed?
I would never have changed.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, like,
it's good the fact that she left.
It's great that she made that decision because it's made me a stronger and better person. Now, if she chooses not to come back, that's entirely up to her. But I will make sure that I'm still that better person for my future person. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's I'm grateful for her for doing it. I'm grateful for her sense, for putting up with the shit she put with for so long. Do you know what I mean? But like now I know that, you know, that's not the way to live, and that alter ego can get put in the back pocket and it can stay there. Which is, which I'm happy about. But if it wasn't for my friends, I probably would never have got over that stage.
It's a tough stage, bro.
It is a tough stage.
You've got children, you've got her, there's time, effort, investment. It's an investment.
Yeah, it's a bit, because I still see her all the time.
Yeah.
I pick my kids up, I still see her. Do you know what I mean? I still care for her. She's in my life for a very long time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My kids look like her. So every time I see my daughter, I see her. And sometimes I think, fucking hell. I just want to give you a little slap. I'm just like, fuck, what's going on? But it's good. That's what the fitness stuff is for, man. And
what would you say to somebody who's going through mental health or is going through a similar situation? What is the importance of fitness, going to the gym?
So I've always gone to the gym just because I wanted to look good.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay healthy. Not even stay healthy. I just wanted to look good.
Look good, yeah.
I didn't want to do anything else.
There's nothing else.
Nothing else. I just wanted to look good. I wanted to look good because I wanted to pull loads of girls. That's it. That was my objective. Then obviously, as times change and obviously things have happened in this last year, and I started going to the gym again, I started concentrating on more about my health, like how long I want to live for my kids, how I want to be running around the park and playing football with my son when he's like 14. I want to be able to do that, so I need to go to the gym to stay on top of it for them reasons.
Yeah.
And then I've never suffered ever in my life with mental health, anxiety, anything like that. I've always been up, jolly, happy, like just go get it kind of person. Like if you're struggling, fuck it, go and get it, get your head down. I've never ever suffered with anything like that. So now I'm suffering with it, and sometimes I don't want to get up in the morning, and I'm like, let's just lie here. I'm going to be upset. I want to feel sorry for myself. I'm just going to take it easy.
See, well, that doesn't get you anywhere, does it?
It's not good. And because I've got good friends around me that are in the gym, they're like, get up, get your ass to the gym, you'll feel better. So when I started suffering with anxiety and depression, we've got one of the lads in the gym called Luke. He's like a sparring coach, and he does the pad works.
Yeah.
Scott was like, let's put a Monday session on where we spar. Everyone spars on a Monday at 11 o'clock. I turned up to the gym on a Monday. I didn't even know they were sparring. I wasn't in the sparring group. So I was just like, I turned up to the gym thinking we're doing bench press and like push session. And they're like, Damo, we're sparring at 11. Get in the ring. And obviously I've got a background in boxing. So I was like, all right, fuck it, come on then. So I've gone over to the ring. I've got gum shields, head guards, like all the gear. And I'm just like, I got my gloves on, no wraps, no gum shield, no head guard, no nothing. Like, come on, jump in.
I never got the memo, lads.
But I didn't get the memo, but I jumped in and started bouncing around the ring, tapping Scott in his face. And then all I find was an overhand right straight to my cheek. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. And he banged me in the face and my lip was swollen, bleeding. And I was like, after I've come out the ring and the session's finished, I felt amazing. I felt all the anxiety disappear. I felt all the depression disappear. All the thoughts about what was happening in real life with family, work, everything gone. Because I'm concentrating on this 17-stone guy in front of me punching me in the face.
Yep.
And it felt
a very
great.
scary looking black guy.
Don't get me wrong, like he's a scary looking guy as well. So he's standing in front of me and he's punching me in my face, and I'm concentrating so hard on that after I've come out the ring because I'm breathing heavy. Everything's like it's a lot in boxing. I feel amazing. I feel absolutely amazing. All my problems are gone. So every Monday I was there.
Really though,
he's a nice guy. He's a softie, but he's not a softie.
Yeah.
You don't want to cross him. But if you don't cross him, he will be the most loving person you will ever meet. Yeah. Like he checks on me all the time. Like he's one of my shout out to
everyone else.
He's one of my closest friends. I've not even known him more than 10 years.
Wow.
And he's one of my closest friends who checks on me all the time, makes sure that I'm doing all right, gives me the God's honest truth whenever I need to hear it or I don't want to hear it. He's always there for me. So
awesome.
It's
you need people like that in life to get you somewhere.
Yeah, it motivates life out of me, even just by watching how like successful him and Troy have become doing their 6-week coaching courses and stuff like that, it makes me want to be a better person. Do you know what I mean? It makes me want to get up and do some stuff as well.
Yeah.
So after, we finished boxing, I felt that's it. Every Monday I'm there and I'm getting kicked in the face. I'm getting punched in the face, but I feel great as soon as I finish. So no matter how the week goes, I know come Monday, all them stress and problems of anxiety and, dealing with certain things,
punched out.
It's gone. And then I started doing pads with Luke 3 times a week.
Oh yeah.
And that was then making me realize, okay, there is ways of dealing with it, but you have to get up and go and get it.
A lot of people don't want to do that. They want people to feel sorry for them.
Yeah,
but
they do.
where does that take you? It doesn't take you nowhere.
It doesn't. I've been that person. I've
sat
there and made people wanting to feel sorry for me. Why ain't no one checking on me? Why is no one asking where I am, or
because
why
you're
am I
not
not
helping yourself.
It doesn't. Even if you're helping yourself, it's not a good. It's not a good rule to live by.
Yeah.
Because people have got their own stuff going on.
People have got their own problems.
Do you know what I
No
mean?
one really kind of gives a shit.
No, they don't. As much as people will, like your close friends will look out for you and they'll make sure you're okay, they've got problems themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got their own issues. So for people to come and check on me to make sure I'm okay and cuddle me like I'm a baby, like, it isn't real life.
Yeah.
It isn't realistic. Do you know what I mean? And I've got a strong dad, so he's like, get up and get it done.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're going to feel worse for not doing it. So you're having a strong mind. I got up, I got it done, got myself into some decent shape. Now, I'm back on the market, single. Girls are now looking at me again and like saying, oh, you know what? It's a bit of me. So I'm feeling a bit, I'm feeling a bit great.
Ex-missus.
Yeah.
You got competition.
Yeah,
Come on, crack on with it. Don't worry. What's happened, it's happened in the past now. Right, let's move on. There's life, more life to this,
there's
man.
more life, yeah.
So don't make that mistake. He's not going to be...
Not going to be on the market for long.
Not long on the market. I've just realised I've got my watch wrong way around. It's a good job you was hidden.
Let's go backwards.
Oh, that's an interesting story, I never, ever thought I was going to be actually sitting here and you're going to tell me what you've been through.
Yeah.
That's
I told you I'm
mad.
like an open book.
Apart from the age.
Apart from the age, yeah. Well, because I'm feeling now like I'm getting older, but my body and my mind is still young.
Same,
Do you know what I mean?
That's
body and
my
mind is
problem
still
as
young.
well. People just tell me, why don't you act your age? It's like, why do I want to act 38?
Yeah.
Why?
What do 38-year-old people act like?
I know, I've never been that age before.
Do you know what I mean? I'm still like, I go to the soft play with my kids and like, I'll be running up the fucking
And you're
thing
having more
I'm
fun than they
Yeah,
are.
I'm running up the thing, running up the slides. And like, I see all the other parents that are roughly my age. They're all sitting down, they're on the mobile, they're all like chilling, just letting their kids run off. And I'm in the soft play area, I'm jumping in the pulpit. And that's only because I do 5K every morning. And I know that I'm not going to run out of energy and get tired. So my kids love it. I'm chasing around, I'm the big monster and, running around the soft play. And they love it and they want to hide
I hope
from
you're
me.
not chasing other
No,
people's
I leave
kids.
the other kids alone. I leave them to it. They're just asking their parents to run around with them. But like, that's what fitness does for you.
100%.
gives you
That's one thing I always wanted to do was when my son's at that age.
Yeah.
I want to be able to play with him. I want to be able to run with him and, do what dads do, because nowadays people, as soon as they get married, they just let themselves go.
Yeah. That's the
That's
problem.
just mad.
And
It's
that's
like,
why I find I've got a great role model. My dad is 58. I think he's 58. He trains 5 times a week, boxing coach. And he takes the classes, but he will do the exercise first to show them what exercise. Say if it's 10 burpees, he'll bang 10 burpees and then he'll say, right, it's your turn. Do 10 burpees on my count. 10 press-ups. Do 10 press-ups. He'll do them and then he'll say 10 press-ups on my count. He's 58 years old. He's the fittest guy at 58 years old that I know. He's so inspirational when it comes to fitness and training. Like, he makes me think to myself, I got to work harder. I'm half his age. And he's still doing 4 or 5 sessions of high intense cardio every other day.
That's mad.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to be like. So when my son looks at me, think, you know, my nutrition's on point. I don't eat certain things. I don't drink certain things, certain juices. There must be reason why.
Yeah, he does all of that.
You know, he doesn't eat any junk food every day, here and there. Sometimes maybe in a couple of weeks, one off here.
He'll drink on the odd occasion. He'll eat clean. He only eats chicken. Like, he doesn't eat much. He eat fish. Like, he's very...
A good balanced diet.
He's got a good balanced diet. He's in great shape. If I went for a run with my dad, I guarantee...
I'd pace you.
He'd keep up. He might even...
No, you would keep up.
No, he would keep up. I've got that athleticness in me from football. Okay. So, like, sometimes, you know, like, I'm quite heavy. I'm like, I think I'm 15 stone, 5 stone. But I'm really athletic because of my background. Yeah. Because of my fitness. So, I might look heavy, but I can still run. Like, because I'm used to it. Because I used to run for a living in football, like, constantly. Shuttles.
Up and down,
so, like, you know, he's a boxing coach now. And he was a boxer when he was younger. So, he's more of like the core circuit training. Do you know what I mean? So if he was gonna go running, like at his age now, he could probably keep up with me.
Bro, he's that 60 at the end of the day,
and it's inspirational. It's good to see.
It's mad.
It is, mad. And that's where I get it from. You know, like I know that he's that way, so it's in me to be that way as well.
What would you say to the youth of today? What would you say to the youth of today, the importance of, you know, looking up to someone and having that kind of ability of running around and being fit rather than just sticking on phones and running around the streets with freaking these knives and shit? It's just madness out there, bro. We were talking about that earlier.
I would say, I'd say to the kids these days, find something that you're good at.
Not killing.
Not killing, obviously.
Yeah, I'm really good at
Find something that you're good at, you know, sports-wise or anything that you're good at, and put your head down and work at it, because I'm telling you now, this is a God's honest truth. This is what I believe. Hard work outweighs talent every time.
All day long.
Every single time. And I only believe that now because I had the talent, but I didn't want to do the hard work. I would do it, but I didn't have someone pushing me to do the extra. You know, I'd go for a 5K run on my own when I was playing for Birmingham City, but I wouldn't go and do 10, even though I could, because I didn't have someone saying,
do it.
Go and do 10. So I'm telling you, as me sitting here now as an older person that could have gone to the very top, hard work outweighs talent.
See, you look like a footballer as well, you know.
Mixed race, good looking. Normal footballer type, yeah. That's what used to get me into trouble. I had friends like back in the day that they used to play football, they didn't make it. It was about 20.
I like the way you just slid that one in.
Didn't make it. 2021. We'd be going out to clubs and that, and they'd be telling girls, yeah, I'm a footballer. And because they just look like footballers, they dress like footballers, like girls would be like, yeah, and that was it then. Boom, straight home, straight into the car, straight home. And it worked a treat. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy, but like that's how it was back then.
See, looking back at your life now, and this goes to everyone, because this whole club culture and everybody wants to kind of have that kind of lifestyle. Now, you've been there, you've done it, you've come out. What advice would you give to the youth about that life?
See, the clubbing industry now has changed massively, like massively. Like back then, you know, when I was in the clubs, everybody would be like in the club, we'd be dancing in a circle, we'd be break dancing, body popping, the lot. Everyone was like, you know, you versus us, like dance-offs and all that kind of stuff. And now it's literally about alter ego. Like no one's in there like doing that. They're literally on their phone. They're filming, you know, what bottles they've got, what outfits they're wearing, what footballers they're with, or what celebrities are in the club next to them. Like there's no more like enjoying the situation. You're just living through a phone. So like, I would say, don't get me wrong, like through my years, the clubs has been the best experience that I've ever had. So go out and enjoy it as much as you can. But whilst you're enjoying it on the weekend, when it comes to work in the week, and you've got a business idea or you've got something that you want to put your head down to, get it done before that comes in. The only reason I got to enjoy being in the clubs was because I was getting paid.
Yeah. Not everyone gets paid.
And not everybody gets that enjoyment, do you know what I mean? So that was the one thing that I had where I could go there every day or on the weekend. I could enjoy it, but I was getting paid to be there. A lot of people, they go and spend their life on the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, getting wrecked. And then all week they're recovering and they're not putting themselves to their full potential. Do you know what I mean? And I thought I would just be in the club, be a DJ, buy a club, save up, buy a club, which I did a few times, and then just be in the clubbing industry. But I just knew having a family, I couldn't go down that road.
Can't work out on it.
I had to go into food, which was, you know, the better, safer option to try and get my family
Before we finish off, when and how did this food come to, how did you get into food? Because it's a very different lifestyle.
Yeah,
I remember you
different.
asking me about certain things, you know, I want to
Yes.
set up this and I want to do this and I do want to do that. So now that at that time I didn't know your background, your history or anything. And I was just like, yeah, all right, cool. You know, everybody wants to do what they need to do. But it's a very different industry from where you were and to food. How did that try, and how is it coming along?
I picked your brain for ages.
Yes, you did.
I picked it for ages. I was like, how much do these ovens cost? How much does this cost? What's your rent like? Like, I was picking your brain for ages because food came about because lockdown happened. My kid's mom was telling me she was leaving me and like she was falling out of love with me, but we're still living together. And I was like, the only way I'm going to keep her or try and keep her is by getting out of this clubbing industry. And apart from football and drinking, I had no talent.
Let me try cook for her.
I had no talents. Do you know what I mean? I had no like background in any work. Like I'd only been a footballer. I'd only been in the clubs. Like I went to uni and got a teaching degree, but like I didn't want to be a teacher. I couldn't stand it being around like kids and stuff like that
too long.
Yeah, for too long. I just thought, no chance. So I had no, I had nothing to fall back on. Yeah. So I was like, what can I possibly do? And like, I was good at cooking anyway. I was like, just general, like pasta bakes and stuff, just your day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really enjoy cooking. So I sat in my house and I thought, okay, how do I turn cooking into money? And I was like, right, okay. So I literally wrote down on a notepad, how do I turn cooking into money? And I just sketched every day things that I could possibly do. All right, I'm going to open a shop. And I'm going to start selling food. And I was like, well, how I can't do that. Yeah. Nobody's going to believe that I can cook. I'm a chef. I'm a drinker. I'm a club promoter. Nobody's going to think I can cook. So I went back and said, right, how do I show people that I can cook? And I was like, right, I'm going to cook every day a different meal. I'm going to post it on Instagram and I'm going to break it down step by step of how to cook this meal.
You know, just before we continue, I just want to say, after all of that picking my brain, not till today, I have not tasted a single meal. And I asked him to, and there was something on his Instagram today, and I said to bring that with, because it did look really nice. And he said, that was 2 days ago. So yeah, carry on.
And it was really nice as well. It was really nice. And I could have bought some because I had leftovers, because now I'm living by myself. I make food for like 4 people and it just goes in the fridge for a day and then I just
phone me next time, man. I just said, listen,
I'll bring it to the gym. Yeah, usually on Eid, I do cook.
Eid, once.
I do cook a big buffet for all the lads in the gym.
All the Asians are with their families. He knows that no one's going to turn up. Lads, anyone want to come?
I usually put it in the gym for all the lads after training. So yeah, I decided that I was going to cook on Instagram and I was going to show people step by step how to make the food.
Yep.
So I'd be making mixed grills. I'd be making sushi. I'd be making curries, everything step by step. I'd film myself. I had a little tripod with my phone on, and I'd like press play. I'd say, right, these ingredients go into this chicken. This yogurt goes in there. You marinate it up. You put it on the fryer. Then I'd put the camera on the fryer. I'd fry the chicken. Teach them how long to make it, and then every day, new different meal for about 6 months.
Yes. Yeah.
And then my following went crazy. I was getting like loads of old women who have got like kids are saying, "Oh, can you send me the recipe for that one that you made the other day?"
From young girls.
Yeah,
to
like from young girls to old 40-year-old women. They were messaging me, "Can you send me the recipe to that one?" And then people was messaging me going, "Oh my God, that looks banging. You should open up a shop." And I started getting traffic and people were saying, "This guy can cook." Yeah. And then after a year, I opened up my first shop in Tamworth.
Awesome.
And then it just skyrocketed because COVID happened. McDonald's closed, Nando's closed, Indian closed, the Chinese closed.
We're still open.
There was literally, I'm the only Jamaican Caribbean shop in Tamworth, right? Everywhere around me was closed apart from the chip shops. And I was making chunks. I was making crazy money that I couldn't even bang out the orders that I was getting because the shop was so small. My shop was like a unit. It was probably like not much bigger than this room. And it was banging out 20k a week orders. It was crazy. And then just went from there. And then now I just do private chefing and stuff like that.
Brilliant. So you got no shop then?
So the shops, yeah. So basically, we closed the shop a few months ago because we're moving to we're doing a sit-in restaurant. So
wicked.
We're gonna do like cocktails.
I might get an invite to that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do when I do an opening. Yeah. Then you'll get the invite to that. But we're gonna move it to a bigger location so we can do more meals because the population of food there is just, the takeaway is just not big enough. So we're gonna open up a restaurant style Caribbean shop.
Oh, that's wicked, man.
So,
well, all the best for that, because I have seen the food. I've been following your journey.
Yeah.
I think I started following you when you started doing food.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anything about
before.
Previously to that. So I have seen those tutorials and those Insta stories on how to cook this food and that food and everything. It was just like, it looked really nice.
Yeah. I do it every day still. Don't worry, guys. Every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Food. Cook with Cherry on Instagram. If you want to follow me.
Cook with Cherry Lips.
Cook with CherryBoy on Instagram. 01211. That's the Instagram page, just in case you want to have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's been wicked. We could sit here and talk all night, but it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
And you know what? I can say it's probably one of the best episodes. So, honest to God, it's just been up and down, But it's just like this, keeping it real. And you've kind of explained what you've been through and how you have come out as a better person. And that's what it is, isn't it? It's what the end product is.
Yeah, of course. And
nothing's guaranteed for anyone.
And that's what this podcast is about. It's about lifestyle, fitness. Now, without that journey, the fitness would never have helped me in the long run. So you have to have all the things that happen in your lifetime to get to the goal. And the real goal is health. Yeah,
without health, there's nothing. And I've had so many different people on here, even in the previous season, and people have gone through some shit, and the only reason they've come out stronger is because of fitness.
Yeah.
But it just makes me think that how, a regular person thinks so little of fitness.
Yeah.
They won't even think about it. Like, oh, I don't need it.
That's because a lot of regular people, they don't have like a goal. They don't want to. There's nowhere they want to get to. They're happy with what they've got.
It's health, though, isn't it? I mean, health should be the first thing.
But some people don't realize that they can, get unhealthy, and it can happen straight away. Some people don't think like that, and it's only when you base yourself around certain people and certain mindsets that you realize that health is so important. My dad shows me because he's old and he trains every day. All my friends are in the gym every day training, not because they want to look good, but because they're health life coaches. Yeah. Now, like, if I could do anything, if I could choose any career, it would be a fitness instructor, own my own gym, So then I'm in the gym every day. I'm working on myself. I'm working on people, trying to, give them a better life.
And I think
health.
it'll be really good in that sense, because you've been through what they are going through.
Of course.
And you can tell them exactly what to do and how to overcome. Because going to a therapist, they'll put you on the pills and whatnot. It doesn't really fix the problem.
I don't think pills fix any problem.
Yeah.
We're not made to take any medicine.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they can help for certain reasons, but there is natural good stuff out there that can cure everything.
That's it.
And the gym is one of the main ones.
Yeah.
Mental health, anxiety, depression. Get in the gym, bang some weights, look good. Like Andrew Tate said, go in the gym, get a 6-pack. Come out of the gym and see if you're still depressed.
100%, that.
And I guarantee 9 times out of 10, you're not depressed anymore.
Yeah.
Because girls are going to look at you different. People are going to take
life
you
changes.
different. Yeah, your whole life changes.
Life changes. I mean, I've been there, done it. Not that I was depressed or anything, but I was overweight. I was 100 and something kilos when I started, and I just wanted to lose a bit of weight, really. And then from there, I just got obsessed with it because I was enjoying it so much.
You do. You get to a stage where you look that good and you start enjoying it. People say, I've heard someone say, if a fit person walks in a room and they're in good shape, you take them way more seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And now I see it because somebody said it. When I witness it and I see Scott walk into the room and I see Troy walk into the room and I see Wahid walk into the room, I see people take them a lot more seriously than I see some 19-stone guy who doesn't look like he can bend over. Do you know what I mean?
Why would you want to see a 19-stone guy bending over?
You know what I mean? I mean, like, just
Enlighten
in general.
me.
Just in general. I don't know. I just meant in general, like, he just, I wouldn't take him as serious. Jesus. I didn't mean bend over. I just meant, yeah. Just like, you just wouldn't take him more seriously.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, we need to, and that's what I always wanted to do on this podcast was, if you've got a story, share it.
Of course.
Because there's a lot of people out there who are just lazy, who are overweight, and they don't want to hear what they're
supposed to do.
What they're supposed to hear.
Yeah.
The community, the society's gone very soft. And I think that's what the government wants and all of that shit. That's another podcast for another time.
Yeah.
So, it's nice to inspire people for the positive. Yes, you've been through a lot. You heard what you didn't want to hear. But now think about it. If you didn't, you'd still be the same.
Of course. But this
CherryBoy sitting there.
The thing is as well, what I find
trying
is
to feel sorry for yourself.
As much as I've been through a lot, I put myself there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I chose to, do the cheating, do the drinking, do that kind of stuff. I chose all that. So I put myself in the firing line to become depressed, to become anxious, to become...
But at the time, you didn't know, though.
No, I didn't. You don't know at the
time.
You're
high at the time. And
you don't know, but at the same time, you put yourself there, so only you can get yourself out.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And if you don't do something about it and become a better person, you're just going to keep going on a spiral downhill.
Definitely.
So you got to realise sometimes you can put yourself in these scenarios yourself, even though your life's not going the way you want it to go. It's your fault sometimes. You've put yourself there, so how are you going to deal with it and get out and become a better person? And it starts by, even if you don't want to go to the gym, getting up early. Because once you get up early and you're sitting around, there's nothing on TV, you're going to go and find something to do.
Do something to do, yeah.
And that's where you start to realise that you need to change.
Yeah, 100%. And it all comes back down to yourself. You have to make that first step. Yeah. You can listen to everything you want. People can motivate you, but until you don't make that first step, nothing is going to change.
And it's usually something like a breakup or a family member's been passed away or something like that is where you become, down and sad, and then you realise you need to do something about it. And it's usually a bad case, but once you get to that place and you realise you need to drag yourself out, you're gonna skyrocket if you've got a good, strong mentality.
Yeah, definite. But it's been an absolute top draw. It's been top
It's my pleasure to come on and speak to you.
But I want to put all your links for the Cherry account and the other one, the shop and stuff, so people can see and follow and see what you're about. But yeah, man, it's been an absolute phenomenal. It's been fantastic. I really enjoyed it today. I actually did, because I was thinking, okay, what am I gonna ask him? How are we gonna get this whole ball rolling and everything? And I was like, but it's just been beautiful, man. It's been smooth as anything. Good, man. It's been smooth as that 19 stone.
That 19 stone guy bending over. That was me walking in the room bending over, and Scott and Wahid was standing next to me. I was like, no, I can't be that guy anymore. I need to walk.
Let them look at me.
Yeah, I need to walk in the room like them and be taken accountable, being seen. But it's been a pleasure coming on, man.
You know what? It's been wicked, man. Thank you very much, and God bless you with everything that you're doing. You know, your journey. Hope things work out for you. I'm sure with everything in the past, in the future, whatever it is, and thumbs up. At the end of the day, you're trying to make yourself better, and that's the main thing. Lifestyle, mental health, trying to fix up problems, and wish you all the best, bro.
Thank you very much, man.
Appreciate it.